Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com. In this video, I remastered Winston Churchill, and here's what happened.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
So I've got a little bit of Sir Winston Churchill and his famous Beaches speech. Let's take a listen.
We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
Now, you know, it doesn't sound too bad, but on today's modern equipment and with our upgraded expectations with audio, I think we can do a little bit better. So here's what I, as an audio producer, would do to make Sir Winston sound the best he can today. Later on in the video, we'll look at some artificial intelligence technology from Adobe that might put me out of a job. Let's get started. So in Adobe Audition, obviously I've got the waveform here. It's showing me a lot of information about the loudness, how loud things are, the waveform, and I can see in between all of the speech, there's this audio here, which is, yeah, you guessed it, background noise. So let's work on this and make it sound better. The first thing I'll do is open Spectral Frequency Display, which is this icon up here, or Shift and D on my keyboard to give me an overview of what's going on. Now I can see a lot of the high frequencies are already missing. Some frequencies up till about 10K are available. Now it's worth to mention that we can't put back what isn't there. We can try our best, but we can use some EQ and some noise reduction to improve this. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to capture a noise print in Adobe Audition, which you can do with any audio that has background noise, and remove it. What I need to do in order for this to work is find the longest duration of background noise, probably here, and highlight it. We'll zoom in so we can really see it and play it. Okay, that is all background noise. We don't want that. So into the Effects menu, Noise Reduction Restoration, and we want to capture the noise print. Boom. Click OK, it's done. So now Adobe Audition knows that it's got to remove anything that sounds like that background noise. So we'll zoom out, we'll highlight the whole thing, we'll go into Effects again, Noise Reduction Restoration, and we'll go to Noise Reduction Process. And you can see it's captured that print of the noise. Now I can switch on Before and After view up here in the top right, and you can see it's done a good job of removing quite a bit. Let's play it. Most of that noise is gone.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do. That is the resolve of His Majesty's government.
Okay, perfect. So I'm really liking how this is sounding so far. Before I apply that effect, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to start a new file. So I've got the original and I'll call this Churchill Original. There we go. And we'll paste that. So we've got like a reference file, and we'll go back to the one that I'm editing. Effects, Noise Reduction Restoration, Noise Reduction Process. And I can tweak this about if I want. Like I can change the amount of noise reduction, push the percentage up a bit. That's really going to pull it down.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do. That is the resolve of His Majesty.
Pretty happy with that. I can see a lot of low-end noise going on here, so I could choose to sort of increase the amount of noise reduction on the low end.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with that as it stands. Apply. Simple as that. So with a couple of processes in Adobe Audition, capturing the noise print and noise reduction, boom, most of our noise has gone from Sir Winston's famous speech. So that's what I do to start with. The second thing is a little more complex, and I'd go in and I'd use EQ, equalizer, like the stuff you find on your hi-fi, you know, the high end, the treble, the bass, all of that. I kind of tweak about with that to get rid of some of the unwanted frequencies and maybe pull out some of the frequencies in Sir Winston's voice I think are really charming and nice. One of the biggest problems with this speech, it was given in a large open space and there is a lot of reverb, and you can hear that in particular here.
Strength in the air.
When he says air, and then we've got all of that reverb. Fortunately, in Spectral Frequency, that reverb information is retained right here, and we can actually see, if I get the marquee selection tool, it's happening around here. There it is, specifically here, and here, and here. Okay, brilliant. So we can see frequencies 800 hertz, we can see a frequency of about 1.6, and we can see a frequency of just under 3K. So I'll bear that in mind now when I open this up and have a play in, let's put in here, an effect, filter and EQ, and we'll go for parametric equalizer, and we'll go to default here. So we've got the default flat line, and I'm going to pull down some of the frequencies around 800, around here, and around just below 3K. And I'm also going to notch the Q width to make those a little sharper, those little frequencies I'm pulling out. And we'll look at before and after so we can see the change it's making. You can already see that some of the frequencies that are undesirable are indeed being pulled out down here, which is kind of helpful. I'm just going to do this probably to the extreme.
With growing confidence and growing strength in the air. With growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
Sweeping around.
Growing confidence and growing...
Before.
Growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
That's probably a little bit too extreme, so I'm going to just push these notches up a little bit.
Growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
Okay, now we can start to enhance some of the high end to make him crisper and clearer.
With growing confidence and growing strength in the air. With growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
And finally, I'm just going to add a high pass filter to roll off any low end that we don't need. Particularly, we noticed a lot of the problems with Sir Winston Churchill's speech were down in the bass frequencies. So let's roll some of this off.
With growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
Okay, he's getting very thin now, so I'll pull it back.
With growing confidence and growing strength in...
And maybe I'll just notch up a little bit on his bass frequencies.
With growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
And we'll go to before and after. Before.
With growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
And then after.
With growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
Starting to sound a little bit better. So again, I'm going to apply that. In fact, I'll actually undo and apply it to the whole speech here. So let's select everything and hit apply with that EQ pattern, and boom, we have got improved Sir Winston Churchill. Let's listen to quite a bit of this speech now and see how it sounds.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
That's really not too bad, especially when we compare it to the original file that we have here before we added noise reduction and a bit of parametric equalizer.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Okay, so hopefully you'll agree that's an improvement, but could I be out of a job soon? Let's introduce some new technology from Adobe now. It's a top secret project up until now they've been working on called Project Shasta. And here it is on my screen. I'm currently in the alpha version of Project Shasta. It's not widely available at the moment, but you can start new projects, and one of the best things, it has speech improvement. So let's try it out. New project right now in here, ready to go. And I'm just going to rename it, and I'm just going to call it Churchill. There we go. Okay, and then I can upload some audio, or I can probably drag and drop as well, but I think I'll click upload to get in a piece of audio. There's some Churchill audio. There is the speech.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
Okay, perfect. So that's exactly what we're expecting here. This is Sir Winston Churchill with his famous Beaches speech. I can actually go through and I can actually select everything here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try the transcribe feature to transcribe this speech. You can do this with your own audio if you're importing voiceovers or podcasts or anything else to Project Shasta. One of the best things is it has transcribing set to go. You can do splits, you can do fade-ins, backgrounds, but one of the most impressive filters is the enhanced speech. And we can try that out once we've transcribed the piece. Okay, there we go. Most of Sir Winston Churchill's speech has been transcribed accurately. And again, I can play back from any point I'd like. So let's start from the word end.
We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans.
Now you can see most of the transcription is pretty accurate. There are a few words that are missed or slightly different, but this is what I'm going to use now. This is AI technology that's probably going to put me out of a job. Let me know in the comments, by the way, what you think. Filters, enhanced speech, ticket. It's going to whiz over that speech, and then let's go back and see what exactly happens. So I'm going to go back to we and play again.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Okay, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Am I going to be out of a job soon with the new AI technology from Adobe's Project Shasta? It's pretty decent, but I still enjoy doing noise reduction and parametric EQ. I'm never going to lose my passion for doing that. So let me know. And also, if you want to improve the sound of your voice, I'm accepting your submissions right now. Just go to mrc.fm/your voice to submit a recording of your own voiceover. And maybe you'll be featured soon on one of my videos right here. Make sure you like this video, and also if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and ding the bell so you never miss another audio video from me.
Thumbs up, subscribe for more. MusicRadioCreative.com